Have you felt something changing inside you that no words seem able to explain? A quiet electricity beneath your skin. Dreams that linger long after sunrise. Moments where the person you've always been suddenly feels unfamiliar. If you found this video, perhaps it isn't by accident. Perhaps a deeper part of you has been searching long before your mind knew the question. Many people describe these experiences as the beginning of a spiritual awakening. Not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because something within begins refusing to remain asleep. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about seeing it differently. What follows isn't a diagnosis or certainty. They're experiences that many people interpret as symbolic markers of profound inner transformation. If they resonate, simply allow yourself to listen. Sometimes recognition is more powerful than explanation. One of the first signs is a subtle change in your body's language. You may notice warmth, tingling, pressure, or an almost magnetic sensation moving through you. Symbolically, it's as though parts of yourself that have been frozen begin to thaw. Emotionally, it can feel like forgotten rooms inside your heart are opening one by one. Nothing dramatic. Just a quiet invitation to become more present than you've ever been before. The second sign often arrives without warning. Old emotions begin surfacing. Grief you thought had disappeared. Unexpected joy. Tears with no obvious story attached. Many people interpret this as emotional clearing. Psychologically, it can resemble long-hidden feelings asking to be acknowledged rather than carried. Like waves floating to the surface of a still lake, the water was never empty. It simply became calm enough for you to finally see what rested beneath. Then your nights begin speaking. Dreams grow vivid. Ancient symbols, endless staircases. Unknown faces that somehow feel familiar. Whether viewed spiritually or psychologically, dreams often become mirrors. They reveal what your waking mind has struggled to notice. Each image becomes less of a mystery and more of a conversation with yourself. Then something even stranger begins. Your old identity starts dissolving. The goals that once defined you lose their gravity. Conversations feel different. Places that once felt like home suddenly seem too small. This can feel frightening, yet many awakening traditions describe it as shedding an identity built from survival rather than authenticity, not because the old self was wrong, but because it has completed its purpose. Then comes the silence. Not around you, within you, moments where everything slows. The endless mental noise begins fading. Answers no longer arrive through force. They arrive through stillness. Like hearing a distant melody only after the crowd has gone home. Many people discover that clarity whispers. It never shouts. The final sign isn't something you see. It's something you become. A quiet knowing begins growing inside you. You stop chasing every answer. You stop needing everyone's approval. You become less interested in proving who you are and more interested in living as who you already are. Many describe this as remembering rather than learning, as if your soul never forgot, only your attention wandered. Perhaps these experiences aren't asking you to become someone new. Perhaps they're gently removing everything you've mistaken for yourself. Layer by layer, expectation by expectation, fear by fear, until what remains no longer needs pretending. Awakening isn't about becoming extraordinary. It's about becoming honest. It's the slow courage to meet yourself without the masks you've worn for so long. If these words found something already waiting inside you, trust that feeling. Not because someone else declared it true, but because your own experience deserves your quiet attention. You are not falling apart. You may simply be growing beyond a version of yourself that can no longer contain who you're becoming. The path ahead won't always be comfortable, but many who walk it discover something more valuable than certainty. They discover peace. If this message resonated with you, share in the comments which part felt like it was speaking directly to your journey. Subscribe for more reflections on spiritual awakening, consciousness, and the hidden transformations that quietly shape our lives. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Sometimes the most profound awakening begins in silence.